What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we continue the Gauntlet Series for the T+A Solitaire T Headphones and their opponent in this one. And I mean, we are in the deepest, darkest blue water when it comes to my lineup so far. So let's get in. I know I went sideways on that intro, but their next opponent will be the Dali IO-12 headphones. Now, yeah, we're up there in the thin air market when it comes to pricing on these. But again, we are definitely in that deepest, darkest, bluest water where only the true predators roam. And this is going to be a great head-to-head. So if you want to see price specs and app breakdown for each of these headphones, I'll leave links in the description below to my unboxing videos for both. I will also leave links where you can pick up one or both of these headphones if you are interested. And also, don't forget to smash that like. It also helps the channel with the algorithm, so that way these videos can reach a bigger audience. That also helps the channel as well. So without further ado, let's jump in. All right, we are back, and we're going to start off with the Solitaire T's. We are in the app. As you can see, we do have high quality audio turned on. But before I can show you my EQ settings, I have to play some audio. So we're going to go play a little bit of audio here just so that the EQ can pop up. All right, and here is my EQ settings for the Solitaire T's. I have to make a little, I guess, a little adjustment to my vintage V shape, the one I prefer to have with these. So I had to bring down the highs just a little bit because these get very, very bright sounding. All right, and so, but other than that, now that I found my sweet spot on these, they sound fantastic. All right, so what we're going to do first, we're going to go ahead and kill that. We're going to make sure we are at our optimal listening level. All right, let's go ahead and let's back up. Let's go to our next song. Pause that. All right, so we got song number 1 ready. Let's go ahead and flip the camera. We'll put the headphones on. All right. Let's make sure we are locked in. Let's get our cutaway. All right, here we go. Song number 1. We with the Solitaire T's. Sorry. Let's get it. All right, again, right off the bat, love the volume, natural volume, how loud they are. Don't have to turn them up. And the clarity. So clear. Nice wide sound stage. I feel like I'm loose here. All right, there we go. Felt a little loose. But again, nice clarity. Again, I can just talk about the clarity on these all day. But I love the nuance that I'm getting here. All the little details. Her breathing, rhythm, and pattern. I love how the background vocalists sound balanced, but yet they fill out the space. Yeah, very good. Just sounds so clear. All right. I went over a little bit because I was so into the song just listening. Again, love the clarity, love the wide sound stage on them. They just sound really, really good. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and switch over to the... actually, you know what? We don't really have to. We can do it right here now because the IO8s do not have an app. So they do not have... So I cannot show you like an EQ setting or anything like that. They just have like their classic and bass. So we're going to go ahead and switch right over right now here, right on camera. So let's go ahead and get these guys in. All right. We're going to take off the Solitaire T's. We're going to put on the IO8s. Oh, man. It's like cavernous to your ears here. The air cups are so wide. I love it. And you put them on, it's just so, just feels so good. And so much space in there you can hear. Let's go ahead and back this up. Let's make sure. All right. We are definitely there. I want to make sure that we are on high. Well, we're going to do bass mode. All right. Okay. So I prefer bass mode on these. You do. It's not classical. It's hi-fi mode. I apologize for that. But I like the bass mode on these. And we'll make sure ANC is turned on. All right. We're in transparency. All right, now ANC is turned on. All right, so here we go. Song number 1. Let's make sure we have the right volume level, man. Got to make sure we there. All right. Song number 1, Dali IO-12. Let's get it. Man, she sounds so clear. You get in the breathing. Whoo. Wider sound stage. Background vocalists sound nice and soft, and it just really good. Again, getting the enunciation, the B's, the P's, the T's. Again, with her breathing, exhale at the end of the verse, inhale at the beginning of the verse. And again, I'm telling you, the clarity. I love that sound stage. I love the clarity of the background vocalist as well as the lead vocalist. And again, there's a balance too. All right, I went over a little bit, but I love the balance. I love just how smooth it sounds. These sound phenomenal. And again, with that wide sound stage, you got that airiness to it. Again, concert hall type feel to it. It sounds really, really good. Oh my goodness. There's a reason why these are one of my top 2. All right, let's go ahead and get over to song number 2. All right, we are back in for song number 2, our bass song, You and That by E40 featuring T-Pain and Candy Girl. Now, if you have these songs, go ahead and take a look or listen to them and, with your headphones, or if you have either one of these headphones or any of them in this Gauntlet series, go ahead and take a listen to them. Come back, let me know what you think as far as what you're hearing, any nuance or anything like that. Just let me know in the comments. All right, so let's go ahead and get the cameras flipped over. All right, let's get our cutaway going. We got that. All right, here we go. Song number 2, Solitaire T's. Let's get it. Right off the bat, I like the punch of the bass. The reverb is nice and smooth. Again, you got that real clarity from the vocalist T-Pain this time. Very clear. Even with the, you got that auto-tune tinny sound, but it's not like piercing or anything like that. So it's not really high pitch, so you're good. Sounds. All right, let's turn this up a little bit. Okay. Yeah. About here, I don't have to go all the way up, but that bass sounds nice and smooth, clean, no distortion. Let's bring it back down. All right, again, I like the bass on these. The punch, is it like bass head type of punch? Like, no, it's not that. But it's that smooth, that sweet, smooth, clean bass, and you get that the low end, the reverb fades away. It's just silk, and it continues to go on. Like I said, ripples in the pond when you got your low end, your fade away going. You want that type of effect. All right, so let's go ahead and switch over to the IO-12s. Again, like I was saying, the vocals very clear. You can't go wrong with the clarity on the Solitaire T's. Man, they sound really good. Let's back this song up to the beginning. Let's get the IO-12s on. Do a quick test. Make sure we are in the song. We are. All right, here we go. Song number 2, IO-12s. Let's get it. Okay. I like the bass. Again, and I love the reverb. Fades away nice. Again, this is a wider sound stage. Very, very clean sounding. The vocals, again, crystal. Crystal. Man, it sounds good. All right, let's go ahead and turn this up. Ooh, this is where it's at. Ooh, that bass. Again, no distortion. Just pure, clean. And that fade away, nice. Now we got E40 coming in. Nice. Silk. Man, these two, when it comes to clarity, these two are definitely. Let me turn this back down. Man, I could rock out at that volume level. Whoops. Let me back up. Let me stop. All right, let me get this back to where it's at. All right. I'm telling you, the clarity on these headphones, on both of them, fantastic. Utterly fantastic. And for the IO-12s, has one of the widest sound stages I've had in a pair of headphones. And still to have that type of bass. Yeah. These guys are tuned right. All right. And then again, of course, I already mentioned clarity, so I'm not gonna go back over that again. But man, it's definitely a reason why they're where they are in my rankings. All right, let's go ahead and get into song number 3. All right, we are back in song number 3, Home by Kenny G. We got the Solitaire T's on. Let's go ahead and get the camera flip. All right, here we are. Let's get our cutaway. Okay, here we go. Song number 3, Solitaire T's. Let's do it. Right off the bat, the crisp high keys. Nice transition to the lower keys. Nice little rumble there. Saxophone come in. Very crisp. And you get that nice little low end from the lower keys on the keyboard. You're in a good balance there. Oh, it sounds so smooth. It's just again one of my favorite songs, and they sound so clear here, so crisp. All right, let's pause that. I could go into this. I could get into this one with these. It sounds so good. Again, crisp saxophone, good balance between that and the keyboard. Nothing overpowered or overshadowed the other. I love the transition at the beginning. You got the crisp high keys transitioning down over to the lower keys. I love that, and the fact that you can still pick up the lower keys during the course of the song. Nothing seemed to have disappeared in that, so you got excellent detail. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to the IO-12s. Oh, I absolutely love these headphones. All right, here we go. Let's back the song up. All right, IO-12's final song. Let's get it. Oh, man. Ooh, nice transition from the high keys to the lower keys. Excuse me. Man, You got that concert hall feel, man. That saxophone is sharp, man. It's on point. Very clear. Good and a fantastic balance with the keyboard as well. Getting that low end rumble from the low keys. You're getting all the detail. The echoing. Oh, this is fantastic. I can, like I always said, even when this includes earbuds too. When you have like your favorite song, no matter what it is, let me take these off. No matter what it is, oops, I did something there. My bad. But like I was saying, if you have your favorite song, no matter what it is, what genre, who sings it, or whatever, and you have your, you have a pair of I guess when you find a pair of headphones, a pair of earbuds that allows you to get into that song and that song takes you somewhere, you got a great pair of headphones. You got a great pair. And it that's who we dealing with right here. All right. Man, that I had to say that. All right. Let's go ahead and fantastic sound from them. I can't even I can't even finish that. All right. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up. I'm gonna take a minute. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about these two. We're gonna pick our winner, episode 4 of this Gauntlet series. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in, and man, this has been a phenomenal episode here. I had to get my bearings about me after that last song, but we're good now. So let's go ahead and jump in and talk about these two headphones. Let's go and the songs. Let's go ahead and get the elephants out the room. As far as volume, that will go to the Solitaire T's. They are the louder of the two headphones when you talk about just natural volume. Like if you go ahead and just put these on and turn it up, which one's louder? That would be the Solitaire T's. As far as the soundstage, how wide, the width, the depth of the soundstage, that will go to the IO-12s. I think they have one of, if not the widest soundstage in all the headphones that I have. And it's wonderful. I think the IO-8s is right there with them, if not 1A in my opinion. But I digress. The soundstage point goes there. The volume point goes to the Solitaire T's. All right, now let's go ahead and jump in. Talk about songs. Song number 1, all acapella. Feeling Good by Dominique Fields. Me, I know I am just torturing that her name, and I apologize if she ever sees this video on YouTube or whatever. I apologize, but absolutely love that song, and it's great for testing. All right, let me continue here. Both of them did a great job of reproducing clarity when it came to the vocalist. The nuance in her song and her voice, her breathing patterns, the inhales, the exhales, the enunciation of words, and the background vocalists were very clear as well. Very balanced between all three of them, especially when the background vocalists came in, filling in the space and everything. They both did a fantastic job there. Again, the volume, the Solitaire T's are louder, but the soundstage is is owned by the IO-12s. They have the better one. And to be honest, I think that the wider sound stage really helped in that song. It gave you that amphitheater or type of feel, where there is real airy. You got good space between them, but they still stay balanced. It just sounded like you were at a concert hall or something with the IO-12s. I mean, the Solitaire T's have a great sound stage, just not as wide, but again, they got great clarity when it comes to the vocalists as well, and of course, their decibel level is a little higher. All right, so going on to song number 2, if I had this our bass song now. This one leans more towards the Solitaire T's, where their bass was a little bit more powerful, had a little bit more punch to it. At my preferred listening level, both of them did a fantastic job. The bass was nice and smooth on both. The reverb, the fade, just silk on both of them. But I just think the punch was just a little bit more on the Solitaire T's when it came to the bass. And the vocalists, of course, both of them did a really good job. Very crystal clear and everything. When it came to T-Pain and E40's verses, again, with the wider sound stage, I think that's what, again, one of those things with the wider sound stage is you're spreading out your sound. The bass takes a slight hit, but it's still there, still punches, still gives you that low end. But then when you turned it up, the bass really started to represent a much more, still stayed smooth, no distortion, and everything. And it didn't fade away, didn't fall off when I put the IO-12s up to a higher decibel level, which is good. That's exactly what you want in a headphone. You don't want your bass to fall off even when you turn up to a higher if you decide to turn up, or when you decide to turn up to a higher volume. As for the Solitaire T's, again, like I said, the bass more punchier on these guys, still clean, but I turn it up to a higher volume, then I have to take into consideration of the highs, because they get really bright as you get higher up in the decibels. But the bass, again, stayed consistent, stayed clean, smooth, the reverb and everything. So they both did a really good job there. All right. Now we go on to our third song, all instrument, Going Home, or not Going Home, but Home by Kenny G. The Solitaire T's, right off the bat, because of the brighter sound from the high, that the keyboard, the high keys really crisp right off the jump. And then that transition to the lower keys, you got a nice little subtle rumble there. And then boom, the crisp saxophone pops in. And again, you got good balance between them, and the separation was really nice as well on them. And it sounds really clean. Again, the clarity comes back out again with these headphones, and it sound really. And you got some nuanced stuff in there as well, like the echoing. You've got the low end rumble there from the low keys and everything, and you felt that the low tone to it. And sometimes some headphones do miss that, but they did pick that up, and it sound really, really good. All right, and then of course, moving over to the IO-12s, this is where I believe they shine at. You got that wider sound stage, you've got the saxophone, you got keyboard. First of all, jumping in right off the bat, the high keys, very crisp, very clear. And again, you got that wide sound stage, so that transition to the high keys to the low keys, you did get that bass, that low end sound. I ain't gonna say bass, I'm gonna say the low key sound to it. Really low. I love the transition. You can hear it really clear. Going from the high to the low, very nice. And then the saxophone came in very sharp, like just sharp. Again, wide sound stage. You sound like you were at a concert hall. Fantastic spacing between the keyboard and the saxophone, and balance. No one overshadowed anybody on there. And again, like I said, when you get a pair of headphones or earbuds, and you got your favorite song, and the headphone and the device reproduces the song, and it transports you somewhere else, you got a great pair of headphones, and that's exactly what the IO-12s did to me in this one. I just went somewhere else for just that brief a moment, and reminded me why these guys are one of my best, or one of my one of my best and one of my favorite headphones out there. But man, these guys, both of them did a fantastic job of producing audio. Both with, you've got to, again, the only thing. All right, so let me back up. Let me start over. All right, so you heard my verdict throughout, all three songs, what I thought about this, and if I had to choose one pair of headphones to walk out the door with, I if I had to do that, I don't know if I could. I honestly don't know. Between these two, I honestly don't know if I could choose just one. Um, I love the volume and the clarity and the bass on the Solitaire T's. I love the soundstage, the clarity, and the detail on the IO-12. The bass is good, solid, clean, deep, smooth, but not as powerful on the Solitaire T's. But that overall sound, the overall tuning of these is phenomenal. Phenomenal. So, I don't know. I really don't know. I know people are like, well, which one's better? We need a winner. There is, so I've put some in like 1A and 1B, or 1 and 1A type scenarios and stuff like that. I don't want to do that here. So if I had, this is tough. All right. So okay. Man, I'm just sitting here going through everything again in my head, and man, this is a tough one. All right, this is what we're gonna do. Overtime. I'm gonna go ahead and take these off camera. I'm gonna listen to two more songs, and then we'll come back and pick a winner. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in. I went in. I listened to two other songs. I did Babyface's Whip Appeal, and I did what was it? I did what was it? Tupac's what was it called? It was one of Tupac's songs. I needed something with some bass in it, so I wouldn't listen to that. So Many Tears. That's what it was. Sorry. I got a brain fart. All right, so I went ahead and listened to those two songs as my overtime selections, and if I had to walk out the door with one, based on the three songs and then the extra two, still tough, but I have to go with the Solitaire T's on this one. I love the soundstage. I absolutely love these guys. Again, another set of my forever headphones, but I have to be honest, the bass and clarity wins it for me when it comes to, if I'm listening to one of the, I like the bass and clarity, the combination of them two put these guys over the top, especially after listening to the other two songs, over top of a pair of my headphones that I will never ever give up, in the Dali IO-12s. I absolutely love these. I love the sound stage. I love the clarity, and I love the tuning. They just sound wonderful. But I have to be honest, and I have to go with the got to go with the Solitaire T's as my winner in this one. So that was tough. That was really tough to do. But again, like I said, I have to be honest with my pick here, and they are my winner. So the winner of this one is the T+A Solitaire T's in overtime by the slimmest of margins. The combination of the bass and clarity wins it out over one of my favorite headphones of all time, the Dali IO-12s. Again, by the slimmest of margins, still definitely, in my opinion, worth every penny. And they will, again, like I said, they're forever headphones, so they will definitely stay heavily used in my rotation for the rest of my days. I absolutely love these, but again, got to be honest, the Solitaire T's get the win. All right, so after all that, I hope you guys like what you see. If you did, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want, go ahead and hit the subscribe and notification bell if you want to join me. We got the finale coming up of this Gauntlet series. We've got unboxing videos. Speaking of unboxing videos, I want to show you guys what's coming down the pipe. These just showed up. Yes, these are the Nothing Headphones 1. They just showed up yesterday. And we are going to, yesterday being Monday, because this is my Tuesday, so I don't know when you guys are going to see this video. I'll probably see this video later on in the same week, but these arrived Monday. So we definitely going to do an unboxing and review of them. So you definitely want to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you're notified when that unboxing video drops. And that way you can tune in and have fun with me and give me your thoughts and stuff on that in the comments section. All right. So again, I appreciate you guys for spending time with me in this Gauntlet series. I hope you liked it and enjoying it as much as I am. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.